Welcome back, everyone. We've discussed how to handle difficult coworkers and bosses, but today we're shifting our focus to a different challenge: managing difficult clients or customers. In many jobs, dealing with clients is an essential part of your role, and while some clients are easy to work with, others can be demanding, uncooperative, or even downright rude. Knowing how to manage these difficult interactions effectively is key to maintaining your professionalism and ensuring that the business relationship remains productive. Let's explore strategies for turning difficult client interactions into opportunities for growth and resolution. Learning objectives. After completing this lecture, you will be able to identify common types of difficult clients or customers and their behaviors. Learn practical strategies for managing challenging client interactions while staying calm and professional. Develop techniques to protect your emotional well-being when faced with demanding or unreasonable clients. Difficult clients can take many forms. Some are aggressive and impatient, others are overly critical or have unrealistic expectations. It's important to remember that clients are often under pressure themselves, and their behavior may reflect that. However, it's also critical to protect your own boundaries and remain professional. Let's learn the types of difficult clients and how to manage them. Types of difficult clients. The aggressive client. This client is quick to raise their voice, make demands, or criticize your work. They might use threats like pulling their business or escalating the issue to higher management if they don't get their way. The indecisive client. This client struggles to make decisions, constantly changes their mind, or asks for revisions without giving clear direction. Their indecisiveness can delay projects and frustrate your workflow. The unreasonable client. This client has unrealistic expectations about timelines, budgets, or the scope of the work. They may demand immediate responses or expect high-quality results at a minimal cost. The silent client. This client is hard to communicate with. They don't provide feedback or direction, which can make it difficult to know if you're meeting their expectations. Why clients act this way. As frustrating as these behaviors can be, it's helpful to understand why clients might act this way. Clients may feel anxious about the outcome of a project or stressed about their own responsibilities. Sometimes, they lack the knowledge or experience to express their needs clearly, leading to confusion and frustration on both sides. Example: an aggressive client may be facing tight deadlines and feel panicked about getting results quickly. While this doesn't excuse rudeness, understanding their stress can help you stay calm and not take their behavior personally. Strategies for managing difficult clients. Stay calm and professional. Just like with difficult coworkers or bosses, the first rule is to remain calm and professional. Reacting emotionally to an upset client will only escalate the situation. Maintain a polite tone, even if they raise their voice or express frustration. Example: if a client calls to complain loudly about delays, respond calmly with something like, "I understand your frustration. Let's go over the situation together and see how we can resolve this." Clarify expectations early. Many issues with clients arise from unclear or unmet expectations. From the start of a project or service, it's critical to clarify exactly what the client can expect in terms of delivery, timelines, and costs. Get everything in writing to avoid miscommunication later on. Example: when starting a new project, clearly outline the scope in a contract or agreement. If the client requests additional services or revisions later, refer back to the original agreement and discuss how those changes may affect the timeline or budget. Use active listening. Clients want to feel heard, especially when they're upset. Practice active listening by allowing them to express their concerns fully before responding. Sometimes, simply acknowledging their frustration can go a long way in diffusing tension. Example: I can see that you're upset about the delays. Let's talk through the specific concerns so we can make sure we're addressing them. Set boundaries politely. It's important to establish boundaries with clients, especially if they tend to make unreasonable demands, such as expecting you to respond after hours or asking for extensive changes without offering extra compensation. Politely explain your limits while offering an alternative solution. Example: I understand this is urgent, but I'm not available outside of business hours. I'll make this my priority first thing tomorrow. Offer solutions, not excuses. Clients don't want to hear excuses when things go wrong, they want solutions. If a problem arises, acknowledge the issue and immediately offer options to fix it. This shows accountability and keeps the conversation focused on resolving the situation, rather than blaming or deflecting. Example: I understand the delay has been frustrating. Here's what we can do to catch up and make sure the project stays on track. Story illustration. Here's a real-world example. Alex, a freelance graphic designer, had a client who was never satisfied with his work. No matter how many revisions Alex made, the client kept asking for more changes. Instead of becoming frustrated, Alex decided to hold a meeting with the client to clarify expectations. He asked the client to provide specific feedback on what they liked and didn't like. Alex was able to turn the project around and meet the client's needs by actively listening to his clients. Moral of the story: Alex turned a difficult situation into a successful collaboration by communicating clearly and asking for specific feedback. Addressing the problem with clarity and professionalism helped him manage the client's expectations more effectively. Tending to a fire. Think of managing difficult clients like tending to a fire. If you feed it the wrong material like excuses or defensiveness, the fire will grow out of control. But if you manage the fire with care by responding calmly and offering solutions, you can contain it and keep it under control. In the same way, difficult clients can be managed by staying calm, setting boundaries, and focusing on solutions. Moral of the analogy: managing difficult clients is like controlling a fire. The right responses keep things from escalating and help maintain control of the situation. Follow-up assignments. Reflect on a challenging client interaction you've experienced. Write a one-page analysis of how you handled the situation and what strategies from today's lecture you could have used to improve the outcome. Practice a conversation with a colleague or friend where you set boundaries with a difficult client. Use clear, polite language to assert your limits without being confrontational. Have you ever dealt with a difficult client or customer? What strategies worked for you, or what would you like to improve? Ask any questions you might have about managing tough client interactions in the comment section. Conclusion. That's it for today's lecture on managing difficult clients or customers. Next time, we'll dive into navigating difficult family dynamics and how to manage those tricky relationships. Thanks for your attention, and don't forget to practice setting clear expectations with your clients.